Hi, everyone. How are you? Happy Wednesday from all across the world. I know you're joining in. Over 1,400 of you. We are so excited. We've got Jen from Babylist. We, of course, have Meghan Trainor and Daryl Sabara. They're going to talk all things baby and baby registry. So let's kick things off. I'm Alicia Quarles. I'm an Emmy-winning journalist and also a contributor for Good Morning America 3. And I'm also a mom of two. I've got twins who will be a year next month, a boy and a girl, Harlow and Hudson. So this year I have the pleasure of being your moderator, but last year when we did our Nanit Registry Real Talk, I was a panelist and I was very pregnant. So it's interesting to have a year later know exactly what should be on your registry and just have this conversation. So officially, welcome to our Nanit Registry Real Talk in partnership with Babylist. Before we fully kick things off, I want to know, where are you guys from? Hit us on the chat. Let me know. Are you coming from Hawaii? Are you from New York? Are you in California? Also, I want to know, when's your due date? When are you expecting your family member? Hit us. This is an interactive conversation. Okay, as I said, this is Nanit's Registry Real Talk in partnership with Babylist. Today, we're going to talk about everything registries, pregnancy, and those early, tiring days of parenthood. But I promise you it's worth it. Also, we've got to thank our co-sponsors, Babyletto, Babylist, Bobbie, Cooper, Hatch, Lalo, and Newton. They'll be offering in-event giveaways throughout this entire hour. That's right, you're going to get stuff. So be sure to follow the chat for your chance to win. All right. Also, this is really exciting. So Meghan Trainor has an exclusive bundle on nanit.com for 48 hours. That's right, 2 days only. The bundle is available for an extra 15% off, marked down price for all of you attendees. So all 1,400 of you can get Meghan Trainor's bundle for the next 2 days with 15% off. Use this code RRT15. So again, the discount code is RRT15. This expires on the 9th at midnight. So here's some exciting giveaway opportunities. Again, make sure you include Nanit on your registry to be entered. So here's how you enter. Okay, so you go to social@nanit.com and you promote your baby shower bundle. All right, so with that, I'm so excited to get this conversation started. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, panelists, are you ready?
Yeah.
Ready. So let's talk about this. Okay, wait, I'm looking at everybody coming in. Let's see here. Hi from Cincinnati. We've got Brittany Guzman. Let me get some shout outs to everybody. Yes, to Kia Kimball. Okay, guys. So California, Lodi. Hey, Northern Cal, I see you. Hey, from North Carolina. That's my state. Coming in March. We've got some twins coming in April. Hey, twins. West Hollywood's in the house. Okay, I could do this all day. Greenville, South Carolina. Hey, girl. All right, let's do this. So Meghan, first of all, let's talk about what's helped in your parenting journey. Obviously, we're a Nanit family here. So I think one of my coolest moments with my Nanit, I have two, so one for my boy, one for my girl. I travel a lot for work, which I'm sure you and Daryl can relate to. I was looking at my camera and I saw my daughter crawl for the first time. So I didn't have to miss that moment, right? I had that anxiety about being away as a mom. I didn't have to miss that moment because it was caught on my Nanit, and that like meant everything to me. So for you two, what's been the most exciting thing about your Nanit?
Oh my God. What's up, everyone? Hi.
Hi.
It's me, Meghan Trainor, and my husband, Daryl. Hi. We're so excited to be here. We're so honored. Especially because we're just like super fans of Nana, and it helped us out so much.
We're so grateful for Nana because I mean, like the recording that you can go back and you can watch your baby crawl and then watch him crawl again. For us, our little baby Barry, who's 7 months old, he just started rolling in his sleep.
Yeah.
And
so now we can see it.
Yeah.
And it's just like so great. I had to do a private show in Vegas, and it was such a quick trip that I didn't want to bring both kids and drag them everywhere. But I got to watch them all day, all night on the Nana camera, wherever I was. And that's like, my mom's like, we didn't have stuff like this back then. She's like, I would always have to like peek in the room and obviously wake you up and to see if you were alive. Like it's crazy and awesome how time has changed and how we have these amazing products. But yeah, Nanit is the best thing that ever happened to us.
So happy.
How often do you guys use, I call the feature the voice of God feature. So all of you soon to be parents, there's a cool feature on Nanit where you can speak to your children. And my kids will look up like, is she serious? But do you use that feature often?
We use it well, for my older boy.
Megan uses it for older
I
son
have a face,
Riley.
yeah.
And I'm trying to get her to calm down a little bit on it.
So, because he's like yelling back, and his room is right next to Barry's, and
Yeah.
we're like, whisper, and he's like, Mom, I'm like, I'm coming to get
And
you.
now that he knows that like the voice of God is there, he will just, this morning he woke up at 6 on the dot when he usually sleeps till 7. And he's like, hey, Mom, Dad, come wake up.
Yeah, he does not. He says, "Wake up, me," and it's really cute. And I'm like, "I'll go get him." But another thing I have to say that is the greatest feature ever is that we can have both babies on that screen.
Yes.
And we can hear
The
both
screen
babies.
is a game changer.
So when they're both asleep at night and we're watching TV and laying in bed, we'll hear like, ah, and I'm like, which one is it? And then we can go look, and that is a game changer that other devices did not have for us. And we were panicking going into baby number 2, like how are we gonna have
switching
2 different phones set up, but it's so nice.
Megan, are you singing to the babies with the voice of God? Because if you were my mom, I would want some Meghan Trainor lullabies. I don't know.
You'd be surprised. Riley wants to hear my songs, especially right now. I've been writing an album, and he's like, new song. But then when I sing, sometimes he goes, no singing. And he like covers my mouth. Or I'll be like, do you want to sing a song? He's like, yeah. And then I'll pick a song. He's like, not that song. And I'm like, okay, what about this song? He's like, not that song. So yeah, I don't sing in that thing.
Oh, kids are real. Jen, you are the expert in all things baby. I learned so much from you last year when building my registry. So for all the expectant parents out there, Louise said she didn't know about that feature. Amazing. But anyways, for all the expectant parents out there, where do you start when building your registry?
So it can be so overwhelming. I think that's the thing that we hear at Babylist all the time from parents to be like, where do I start? There are, you're already welcoming a baby or 2 babies and you're overwhelmed with that. And then you sort of realize like, oh my gosh, I have like 100 product decisions to make. And it's a lot. So what I always like to say is the first thing, like take a step back and think about your lifestyle. I write a lot of our product guides. So like our best strollers, best car seats. And I always say, there's not a best thing. There's not, if you were to ask me, like, what is the best stroller? My question back to you would be, well, what is the best stroller for you? Because that might be a different best stroller than for Megan or for me or for someone else. Like you have to take into consideration your lifestyle. Where do you live? Like, do you live in a city? Do you live in a suburb? Do you drive a lot? Do you walk a lot? Do you take public transportation? Like there's all these different factors that factor into like every single product decision. So if you can kind of take a step back, see your life, like see how the baby's going to fit into your life, and then kind of go from there. I think that's the first thing. The second thing I would say is like, you don't need all the things. And like, listen, I work for Babylist. I love baby stuff. I love baby registries. I love a well-organized, well thought out registry, but you can start with the basics, like babies need a safe place to sleep, they need something to eat, and they need diapers. Like the rest is kind of how much you want or you don't want. And there's nothing wrong with having all the things, but there's also nothing wrong with having like a more minimalist approach. You can always buy things later on. You're not stuck with just what you've registered for. So I would say, look at your lifestyle, and then also like, don't get overwhelmed by all the stuff. Like start with the basics and then go from there. And like, try not to compare with other people too, because you're going to figure it out along the way. Like Alicia, I'm sure last year you were probably like overwhelmed with all of the information. We were all like, buy this, don't buy this, do this, don't do that. But now a year later, right? Like you're like, I get it now. Like I figured it out. I know what I like. I know what I don't like.
This is true, Jen. And in fact, remember we offlined
Yes.
our crew last year. You guys helped me out so much in picking like pumps. You guys, I was clueless, but this
Yeah,
really,
because you don't know what you don't know.
you don't know what you don't know. Okay, Daryl, here's for the dads in the house.
Right.
Was there some technology right between Riley and Barry that came out in between that you were like, oh, this is really cool or a game changer?
I would say absolutely. I mean, the Nanit camera is amazing, but also what I love is the breathing band. So we didn't have the breathing band for Riley. And we're really nervous about that because Riley was in the NICU. He had like some respiratory issues in the beginning. And so we were really cautious about like his breathing rate. And with Barry, it's like the Nanit, there's the breathing band. Now he's like matured into the sleep sacs with the breathing band built in. And the Nanit camera, literally, it like picks it right up. And it, like I said, he's rolling around. It goes all the way like to the
It
back.
still gets him,
So
yeah.
it still picks up when he like rolls onto his tummy. And like the peace of mind it gives us at night is insane.
Yeah, it's
So,
so nice.
Yeah. So I would say that's like the biggest leap for us from Riley to Barry.
And any person that we know that's starting a family, that's the first thing we tell them.
Yeah.
Like also like baby number one, I bought too much of everything. I bought like 4 different bottles and Don't forget also, just to add on to this, don't forget that you're gonna get gifts too. Like I bought all this stuff and then I got gifted the same stuff and I was like, oh God, I have 2 of these now. So yeah,
It's so much. So Megan, besides, you make a good point. You get gifted stuff on top of stuff. Besides not knowing that, like what else, I guess, would you wish you would have known about motherhood before your first baby?
I didn't know anything about anything. I didn't know. I literally was good because I didn't have a doula or anyone with me. I was literally Googling everything. Like, what do I need? And it's funny to think of the difference from baby number one to baby number two. I was like, oh, I need like 6 onesies and diapers. And like, I bought the basics. I bought nothing special. I was like, as long as we have our safety gear too, he was setting up the camera for me. Like, he's the gadget guy. And I'm like, put it on my phone, figure it out. I don't, nah, I'm pumping. I don't have time for this. But yeah, baby number two, I was way more chill and made sure it was just like safety and the essentials.
I will say I'm not the gadget person, but I set up my Nanits myself. You guys, it's super, super easy. So I will say it's user friendly. Technology's on my phone. I'm like, okay, I can do this. So that's easy. But you just hit on something, Megan. So Jen, I'm going to ask you, obviously, Nanit's all about safety for baby. What are some of the best safe sleep practices? Say that 5 times.
So I always like to preface this with I am not a pediatrician. I do not pretend I play one on the internet. But obviously your pediatrician is the best source for safe sleep information. But what I will say is we are big proponents of the American Academy of Pediatrics Safe Sleep Guidelines. So I think that's something every new parent or parent to be should take a look at. They have a ton of information, but there's like one basic website if you just Google like AAP Safe Sleep, and it's going to outline like their main safe sleep practices. So like baby should sleep alone in a safe, on a flat, firm surface with no loose blankets, no stuffed animals. They shouldn't be propped up. Like it's all laid out for you. I love it. It's such a good resource. They actually just updated it a couple months ago with even more information about like loungers and how they shouldn't sleep in there and just all this great information. So number one, I would say do that. Number two, like what you guys said about the breathing wear, I love that with Nanit, you can use it or not use it, right? Like depending on your level of comfort, and like it's not a medical device, right? And they don't advertise it as one, but it can give you so much comfort. Like for me, I didn't want to use it every day, but whenever one of my kids was sick, I put the breathing band on, and it just gave me like a little extra peace of mind knowing if I woke up, like I could glance at my phone, he's fine. I don't have to go in there. Like he's okay. So I really like that. And then otherwise, like you want, I love the breathable mattresses. I really like the Newton. It's one of my favorites. We're still using it. My little one is 2.5 and he's in a toddler bed now. We have the dual-sided one. So we're using that. The Nanit, obviously. I love a good swaddle when they're younger. I like the Love to Dream with the arms up. It looks like they have little wings on them. I love those. And I love the sleep sacks when they get a little older. I like a good white noise machine, and that's about it. But basically, like you want to lean on those AAP guidelines and like talk to your pediatrician if you have any questions, because they're really like the sleep resource.
Okay, I'm just reading our comments in between because everybody's so interactive. So I'm going to read some to you. Louise said yes, Newton. So did Nina. People are really into that. Let's see here. Paloma loves the bassinet. Victoria's thankful for safety features. This is a good conversation. Okay, Megan, here you go. I'm going to quiz you. Let me see, what's the most underrated product that you use for your kids?
Oh God. Most underrated product.
Girl, you can jump in. You guys are a team.
I don't know.
Man.
Our kids are so funny how they both, I was like Riley only liked one specific bottle and one specific binky, like pacifier. And I was so curious if my second baby, they're like, your second baby's gonna be totally different. I was like, okay. I bought the same bottle, the same binkies. He loves them. So like my kids are man bottle babies. Like those bottles, they're like made for colic,
For
even though
anti-colic,
yeah,
yes.
anti-colic. And I was like, just in case, let's start with this, and gosh, I hope I get the name right. The Tommy Teas or something, those pacifiers?
Yeah.
Tommy Tippy.
Tommy Tippy, that or something. That's the only one my kids will have. But yeah, they're tough to find, but I found them.
I know. I think of my kids too. They're these little like 3-month-old pacifiers. My kids are almost 1, so they should not probably be. You guys, I have them in every bag. I don't care. And also, it's bizarre. Certain spoons. I'm on these parents of multiples groups. And I see their kids eating all these great meals. My kids just won't eat. But there's certain spoons they'll eat out of. So it's bizarre what
Same.
works for children. Right. Daryl, what product lives up to the hype?
I
Boogie
mean,
wipes.
Boogie wipes. No, I mean, honestly, I kind of use it for me sometimes. Is the Nanit, now that Nanit has sound and light,
Oh yeah,
the
we used to
white
buy
noise,
by the
oh.
machine.
It puts me honestly like
Riley loves that.
it puts me to bed because I have the monitor. The monitor's on my
We
side
got
of the bed.
two.
So like I can hear their Nanit sound and light like through the monitor. But that has been a game changer
And,
for
yeah,
Riley and for
every
Barry.
night he has to have it on red too. He's like, my nightlight. I'm like, yep, it's on. He's like, okay, we're safe now.
And I'm looking at these comments. Somebody says, okay, then let's see here. They are talking about the nose Frida, which I think we've all had, right?
Yes.
I actually don't think it's that gross, you guys. I was like not looking forward to that, obviously. It's not as terrible as people say.
I can handle everything except snot and boogers. I do it. I handle it, but that's my like.
Does it?
I gag. I straight up gag. He's like, could you not? I'm like, you have to do this part.
I just like to help them like just get it out. And like the nose
I
Frida.
know.
So satisfying. It's like the best thing. I love it.
I just don't. I'm like, blow. He's like, and I'm like, oh no, buddy. He has no idea how to blow.
Well, I'm taking some questions, you guys, and this is for all 3 of you. You can answer this. Jessica wants to know what items are a must. I think she says long distance travel. She says for travel, but I'm assuming long distance.
Oh,
I mean, I would
travel.
say the Nanit with the flex
Oh,
stands.
Wait, we started
Yeah.
with Nana in Australia.
Yeah, we had the flex
Yeah.
and we like propped it up. There was like a mirror in the hotel room, and I like jumped up, propped it up, tilted it down, and
It's unbelievable. That's when we fell in
Yeah.
love with it because I was like, oh, there's a whole travel kit and everything, and it was easy to pack.
Mhm.
It was the best, and it was just so nice that anywhere we were in Australia, we could see him napping in the hotel.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
I have 2. I would say I love the Baby Bjorn travel crib light or the Guava Lotus travel crib. They are both amazing. The Guava has backpack straps, so if you fly a lot, you can just like wear it in the airport. But both of them fold up like pretty small. They can go in the overhead of a plane. Travel stroller also. I feel like later a little once your baby's a little older, and you want like a lightweight stroller, you could just fold up really small and like either bring on the plane with you or like throw in the back of your car. Love the Bugaboo Butterfly, and I love the Jules Air Plus. Both like amazing. We actually just got back from a trip. I have my little guy's 2.5. He's still in the Jules Air. Like love it. It folds so easily. I'm trying to think what else for travel. Those are
We
my 2.
traveled so much. We did Australian Idol, so it's like we had to go to Australia, but then every other day was a plane ride to a different part of Australia.
So you got this down pat. Okay, so then what are your
What are yours?
What's your 3 must-haves?
We achieved like 17 plane rides, and we were like, oh buddy. The TVs on the plane are wonderful. He loves Dora the Explorer. And gosh, we had a travel stroller. I can't remember which one, but it was so nice like walking on the plane with the stroller, being like, don't worry, this folds up. Boom, boom, boom. And like putting it on the plane.
How about a carrier? What carrier do you guys like? Like baby carrier.
Carrier, what does that mean? I'm like, what's that?
Like to wear the baby.
You know which one I didn't like? I'll give you guys time to think. Oh, go ahead.
The only one we like ever used. No, the Solly baby wrap, you know, where you like
Yep, that's an awesome one.
the comfiest one. All the other ones felt like they were so thick and felt like a big backpack in the front of me. And
Yeah.
that one I was like, oh, he's just on me and holding me, and he's perfect right here. That's the only one.
She's so
we've
good at
done.
it. Every time
That's a part
I
of my
just go, I
bundle,
just go
too.
like this. I go, can you do it?
Yeah,
don't know how to
I do it for him.
I do the camera.
That's also a part of my bundle though. There's a video of me wearing my blue one. I have a blue and a brown one, and they're cute and they're like tight and great.
I needed to watch your video because I got like probably 10 of those sent to me, you guys, and I couldn't figure out how to use them. So I didn't use them. So I need to add them to your bundle.
One,
Yeah,
like,
right.
oh, got it. Then you just like you memorize it. It's great.
Good stuff. Okay, so here's a question. Actually, I think this is for me that you guys can all answer. What are your must-have items as you transition from baby to toddler?
Oh, this is
Ooh,
good. I should have
yeah.
thought about this before.
Dan,
Maybe
you can jump in.
And someone's question in the chat. They wanted to know the travel strollers. Okay. Transition items. Okay. I love a good high chair that will last you like as
Oh,
long as possible. So I love the Stoka Trip Trap, which is a classic. It's been around since like 1975. It's beautiful. I've had the same one for like almost a decade, and both my kids have used it. It's amazing. I also love, if you want like a little more of a modern look, the Bugaboo just came out with one. Well, not just like last year. The Bugaboo Giraffe, amazing, also great. Also lasts a really long time. And then Mockingbird, I don't know if it's actually out yet or it's coming out in the next week. They're coming out with a new high chair. It's just called the Mockingbird high chair. Also really nice. I love a good baby carrier. I like Ergo Baby. I like Tula. They both last from like infant to toddler. Nested cribs I really like because you can get like some that start as like bassinets and then expand to like a crib and then to a bed. I like the Love Every Play Gym. That works for like at least the first year. It turns into like a little fort, which is
love every.
and then strollers, like, I mean, so many strollers will last you years and years. I love, I had an Up a Baby Vista. I love that. Bugaboo makes a ton of great ones. The Baby Jogger, that lasts a long time. Those are probably my favorites.
This is totally kind of unrelated, but I would just say Crocs. Crocs are just Crocs are just fire.
They're fire. He had Crocs since he was like 1, and
And we get matching Crocs now because the toddler size.
you can
can
match.
match, so-
The most
Guys,
compliment.
Crocs is a choice. That's a choice. I'm a Birkenstock girl. I gotta say, Crocs is a choice.
I've always, yeah, I didn't know I was a Crocs person, but once I saw my toddler in Crocs, I was like, we need every color. These are so cute.
But let's talk about those early stages because you know it's interesting. I had kids later in life. You know, you see like new moms looking just new momish, and I didn't get it till I had kids. And it is real, you guys, right? That struggle.
Yeah, which part? The like being a working mom, like going back to work.
Yeah.
I did a TV show where I was a host, like month 3, I think, with Riley. And it was like such a good opportunity. I was like, gotta do it. So then we were like raising this baby it was COVID time too. So they were all trapped on the tour bus. Like basically that was our green room for the show. So we were raising this baby on a tour bus every day. And it's like what a lot of people in with my career do, but it was bizarre, but also like pumping and then being like, gotta film. And I was like, am I leaking through my dress? You know, like, can you see it? And the best part of that though, what saved me was the amount of like moms that were on a part of that show that I did. They were like looking out for me. There was like a pregnant woman working there, and a lot of moms were like, do you need a break? We can pause here if you need a pump. Like it's just like moms got each other's backs, you know? Like we
Yep.
went to the zoo. The one time we took Riley to the zoo, and I saw this mom like with a fresh baby and then a toddler, and she looked exhausted, and we looked at each other and we're just like head nodded, like, I see you, girl. Yeah, like you're okay and I'm okay.
You survived. Well, when you are with your baby, with your family, like on a tour bus in COVID times, does it make you bond even more, or is it like, okay, I need a break?
Oh no, I'm
bonded.
codependent. I need them. The mom guilt, that's what I was gonna say. Like going to work right away, the mom guilt can eat you alive. And dads have dad guilt too. I was just talking to a dad who has babies around the same age as me, and he was like, I'm in a work mode right now, and I feel like I'm being a bad parent, but I know that they love me, and I know I'm doing like my very best. And I was like, oh, the parent guilt will get you. That'll eat you alive. And you gotta give yourself grace, and you gotta know that they love you. And it's also, no one talks about how fresh babies, like baby babies, they're not really there yet. You know what I mean? So like my younger baby, like we have this weird joke right now where when he looks at me, I swear he's looking through me. Like he does not see me. He tries to look
'Cause he's a
everywhere
part of
else.
you.
And I'm like, is it because I'm working? Like I immediately am like, it's my fault. And they're like, no, he's 7 months old. He probably can't see. Like he's so young. So it's easy to be hard on yourself, and it's hard to be kind to yourself and give yourself some grace.
You're speaking to my heart though, because right before I'm leaving on a trip tomorrow, my daughter got in my suitcase, you guys. And I was like, oh, darn. Like, damn. I was like, oh, that was mom guilt. I was like, okay, I feel bad now. Like,
Yeah, when
it-
we left for this quick trip, Riley was like, don't go. And we were like, oh gosh, it was better when you were a blob and you didn't know what was happening.
right. Well, Daryl the dad, what are some of the most practical gifts on the registry that you think everybody should have?
Ooh.
My book, what do you
Yeah.
mean?
Yes, of course. This is the perfect time.
Answer.
Dear
Yes.
future, dear future mama. I got a little chapter in there too for dads.
Yeah. It's just for anyone who's expecting or wants to think about starting a family. Sorry, I'll let you answer.
No,
like,
no, no.
after.
That's it. That was
But
the answer.
I felt so alone. I was Googling everything. I was going crazy. So I wrote everything I learned down here. I had an amazing co-writer who's like a mom of four, and we just put everything we could find in here to help others feel not so alone, But what was the question for him?
Oh, it was other than your book, which people are over here ordering now, need it. Victoria May just bought the audio book. Yep. Brittany Schnoda said she's going to buy it. So the book is about to be off the charts again. Okay. The other question was, Daryl, what are the must-have items that everybody should have on their registry?
I mean, I feel like you can't have enough diapers. You can't have enough wipes.
Oh, and the machines that make your bubbas for you. I call them bubbas. That.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Is it? Yeah. I didn't use those though. I used the I never can't. I mixed them. I used to mix them, and then
Bless
my
you.
process is long. I know.
First, and the day that we got the machine, and we were like, "Bet it's ready."
But also every baby is different. Riley, our first baby, he could have, if it was like lukewarm, fine. If it, he was fine. Barry, it had to be
Had to be hot. We had to reheat it. And I
Yes.
was like, drink it. Struggled to eat that first, and now he's doing much better.
Yeah.
Barry's the diva of the family is what I'm getting here.
Warned us because my first baby, he was a trick baby, where he was the easiest baby you could
You
ever
put him down, he
imagine.
fell asleep.
He
He
ate
slept through
everything. He was
movies.
perfect.
Yeah.
And they were like, your second one's gonna be meh. And we were like, you're all just haters. And they were right. He was I like one time was just like mom sobbing in his face while he was scream crying at me. And I was like, you're difficult. Like just poked his nose. He was different, but he's finally like 7 months sturdy, like a real baby now. And we're like, oh, he eats his bubba now.
Everything's cute, huh?
Yeah, we're like, he's a real baby now. He's great.
Well, I guess for all three of you, I'll give you a minute. Give us each one of your parenting hacks. I'll give you one of mine. I'm probably gonna get dragged for this. I don't think this makes me a great mom, but at at night, okay. So my babies still don't sleep through the night. It's a whole thing. But I don't even warm their bottles. I put like 6 bottles out at night, you guys, and I just let them sit all night. So when they wake up, I just put one in. I think you're supposed to keep them in the refrigerator. I don't know, but that's just what we're doing. Like, I just roll over here, put them back in their crib. They're going back to sleep.
Love it.
Don't
Love
drag
it.
me, guys. I'm trying.
You have 2 babies, like you get a pass on, but you can like do whatever you want. Like honestly, just whatever it takes to survive, you just do it.
Thank you, Jen.
Mine is like time prioritizing, like scheduling stuff. And like when I do my songwriting sessions, a lot of songwriters out here will start at noon and end at like 10 p.m. And I'm like, no, we will, if you want to write a song with me, we will start at 9 a.m. and we'll be done by dinner time, which is 5:30. So like every night I am present and I am there with my kids. And luckily with my job, I get, for the most part, while writing this album, I get to be at home. So we always have babies come down and play with us and I get to see them, which I'm so grateful for, because I think of like parents, like my parents, who had to go to a job all day long and didn't get to see their kids. So, but I always make sure, like with my job, I try to be like, I'm there for dinner time and bath time, at least for bath time and bedtime. And we switch every night, switch babies now. So we're like, I got married tonight, you got Riley. And the best TV show in the world is watching our Nanit, watching Riley.
Yes.
Riley go down at night, whatever, with whichever parent, is the best TV show. He's so funny. And it's like a new conversation every night. And it's the best part of my day.
And I think
Yeah,
my,
Nanit is addictive, right? It's like I literally have to pull myself away from it sometimes.
My only app I open.
Riley takes a little bit longer to go to sleep. So usually the other one of us will be eating dinner and we'll just have the monitor and watch
That's our show.
the other one just like with Riley while he just talks about his day.
Yeah.
My hack, I would say, would probably be like meal prep. Just
Okay.
like meal prep,
For you
Or,
and the baby.
asking people for like, DoorDash or Uber
Ooh,
Eats, or,
ask
like,
for help.
because that,
asking your
especially that
mo-
first
your
month,
parents.
like you're so exhausted, everyone wants to come over and see the baby and all that stuff.
And
And
you're
we
like-
learned like our tops. Like we need that.
Especially with my
top-
C-section recovery, I was
Yeah.
like, I
Yeah.
can't, I gotta lay down. Like,
Yeah. So if you can find like a quick time to like meal prep, just like I was always like making sure she had food, because like I would look and then she would just be like drained. I'm
forgetting
like,
to
"Yo, you
eat
need
because
some
I was pumping and then
chicken
doing
or
that.
something."
Yeah, don't forget to ask for help in life in
Yes.
general. Ask for help always.
Mhm.
There's people that,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, just there's people that love you and will help you. I promise.
I was gonna say, sorry to cut you off, Megan. I didn't mean to, but I was looking at the comments. So Hannah was saying that she just signed up for gift cards because she's gonna DoorDash. So I just think these are interesting. And if you guys have questions, just write them and I'll try to get them answered. And Jen, I know you have some questions as well. I'm gonna flip
I
it
do
to
have
you.
some questions for you, actually. Imagine that. So, as you were saying, the last time we met last year, I guess a little longer than last year, you were like having the babies, but they hadn't come yet. So, what I'm curious, just from my perspective, and I'm sure everybody else is too, a lot of people have been asking, for you, like what products have you loved, especially for twins, and what have you kind of not necessarily disliked, but like felt like you didn't really need, or was like maybe something extra that you could have done without? But like, firstly, what have you loved? What have been like some of your favorites besides the Nanit, obviously?
I love my Nanit. Okay, twin parents. I have one word for you: twin Z pillow.
Oh, I've
Get
heard
involved.
about that.
Yes, so it's literally a pillow with 2 U's. And look, mom, dad, you're still kind of outnumbered, right? So you can put one baby down in this little thing, and it's just a little safety net for the baby. They'll outgrow it by like 5 months, but it was a lifesaver. So definitely. The thing that I thought was overrated because I couldn't figure out how to use it, Megan, is that wrap. But I think if I just had one baby, one baby. But I think, trying to do 2, I just give up.
2 is impossible.
That's like, no, that's too much.
But it just looks so cute, and I know you can bond with your baby.
It was for the pictures, yeah.
Hey, let's do that, guys. But I'm gonna pass it on to my friends, so it's gonna give love.
Oh, that's good. What about like what did the babies have a preference? Like, did one like one thing and the other hated it, or like how did that play out?
Well, now their personalities have come in. They're just very different. My son laughs all the time. My daughter's more serious. So the things they like, they're both awful eaters, but she likes crackers, like the full crackers. He likes the little puffs. So it's more eating habits. Sorry about that. It's more eating habits that are different. They kind of are on the same sleep, not sleep cycle. But yeah, that's the main thing.
Are they waking each other up?
Yes, girl, yes. Yes, they are, you guys. And I still have a night nanny 3 nights a week. So I'm over spending this money, but this is the issue. But Nanit has a fantastic sleep specialist that Caroline at Nanit connected me to today. So they're going to help me. It helps to be in the family. They're going to help me with these twins sleeping, guys.
You've done.
What do you remember from like our conversation last year? Like, what did you take away as like the most valuable thing that you think everyone on like today's Zoom could figure out? Like what what did you leave that conversation with that actually helped you as you were like building your registry and then becoming a new mom?
Jen, like so much. So you guys, I got pregnant at 41, gave birth at 42. I'm an old mom. And so I didn't know
I had my
anything.
second at 41, so don't
Okay,
know.
girl, thank you. Geriatric pregnancies.
Yep.
But I remember like not knowing anything when you guys were talking about the different nipple sizes for the bottles. It was all new to me. So this registry conversation was everything to me. And I think the biggest things that I learned is that you really don't. I don't know if you guys, you and Megan felt like this, Daryl, and you did, Jen. You don't remember those first like 6 months. You just don't. You get through it. You try to enjoy it and be present. You're gonna get through it though. I promise you. And for me, this age right now is like, it's the reward. It's such a fun age. So just remember, it'll pass, guys. You'll get through it and your babies will be one before you know it.
Yeah, I
better.
feel like, oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Talking
That's
starts.
why, like, when Riley was turning 1.5 or something, I was just like, we need more. Like I was like, we need another one of these, you know. They just get cuter as they get older.
It
I feel
definitely.
like that's like a big, like when you were talking about hacks before or like tips for like the first year, like it's so, when you're in it, it's so intense and it's so stressful, but if as much as you can, like try to realize like everything's a phase, it all, like everything passes, everything gets better. It's so hard, but also like it goes by so quickly when you look back on it, not when you're in it. And like I remember with my first, like I was so worried about like, oh my God, he only ate like he wouldn't breastfeed. So I had to pump. And then he only ate like 4 ounces instead of 8 ounces. And like, I would drive myself crazy. Like, and then I had my second, like 8 years later. And I was like, he's fine. Like, he'll just like give him something from like, he could have some of my dinner and he'll be like, you just have to realize like it all passes. They're fine. You like it's, I don't know. It's so hard to relay because in the moment it's so overwhelming. But when you look back on it, you realize like they're fine. They're
Was it
fine.
Jen, for you, for your second, where you were like, oh yeah, like for me and Barry,
Totally.
like Riley, because he was our first child, like you're kind of worried and you're like
Every
the same thing with the feeding and all that. And then with Barry, it's just like so I feel more present because
Totally.
Oh.
we did this once,
Not
we're
to
doing
like
it again.
give him a huge shout out, but like he got up every single night for Barry, round 2, this baby.
Wow.
Every single night, this boy got and was like, you pump and you sleep, and then I stopped pumping and he's like, you just sleep. And I was like, thank you. And so he's a hero. Dad, get up.
Get up, Dad.
Get up.
Get up. The
Love
mom,
a happy wife, happy life.
all we could do is get up.
I was like, I did the 9 months. You get up.
Definitely. I'm reading some of the comments over here. Okay, let's see. Olivia says, take it all in. Don't listen to anyone. Your instincts are right. You got this. Okay, so Bailey wants to talk about nursing bras for larger size with the smaller waistbands. She's an LA stylist. I guess, what are your best nursing bras? They didn't really work for me, you guys.
Yeah, I was
I
wearing
love there's two. I think for like if you're larger chested, Kindred Bravely, the Sublime is amazing. They make a sports bra and just a regular nursing bra. They're both really good. I like these better for smaller chested, but they probably could work depending. I think Bodily makes awesome ones. They make it's called the Do Anything bra, and you can like pump in it, you can nurse in it.
Bodily.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
I put that. I
That's
surprised Megan
that's
with
the
a bunch
underwear,
of-
right? That's my underwear.
Yeah, a bunch of
I
bodily
still
products.
wear that underwear.
What is it? I missed it.
That maternity underwear is the only one underwear I wear, and that's what I call my granny panties. That's my thing. Like that's my company. I love that company so much.
I
They
put
make
some
awesome stuff.
down Bodily to put in Megan's pregnancy bag for the hospital for Riley.
That was like my gift.
And it was, it's a hit or miss with guys picking out girls' clothes. So I lucky that she loved it, and
Cozy
Bodiley's
wosy.
great. Bodiley's great.
Daryl, you're batting 1,000 over here. You
know,
wake
right?
up at night, you got right.
I'm just guessing.
He's super dad, super husband. I like brag about him all in my book, and I let him speak. I'm like, go ahead, get a chapter. You're good.
Okay, for all of you, what's a moment where you were like, "Oh, I'm feeling at this parenthood thing"? Have you ever had? I'll start first. Like I remember my twins were like 4 months. Making you ask that question, do they wake each other up? It was like middle of the day. My daughter was screaming, he was screaming. I couldn't get them to stop. So I just started screaming. We were all screaming. I was like, let's just all scream.
Yeah.
That's the best. My
I-
mom used to have us scream.
I had,
Toothpaste.
that was what I was gonna say, Alicia, is I had one of those moments. Riley like wasn't napping and he was just like crying. And it's like you try your best to be calm so they can be calm, but it just got to me. I'll never forget. We were like, I think I was in the backseat of the car, just like trying to like rock him to sleep, and it just like I'll never forget that moment. I think
I was like, I wasn't there.
no.
We've done plenty of fails. There was one that was like, I'll never forgive us for, was we were trying to brush his teeth and his room is dark and
Oh.
we have the like the astronaut lights on the wall, like the
It's
green
like a
stars.
starlight.
So I was like grabbing his you were grabbing his toothpaste
It's
to
my
put on
fault.
his
I messed
toothbrush
up. I messed up.
and he grabbed sunscreen and he was like, oh,
As soon
water?
as he put it in his mouth, he was like,
And I literally was like, no, dude, brush your teeth, then you'll get water. And then I was like, why is he so upset? And I licked it and was like, oh my God, oh my God, like washed out his mouth and he was good. And we called the pediatrician, but I was like, we suck.
oh yeah, I did not like that night.
That was a tough night.
I watched the camera all night that night.
Yeah, we were like,
Okay, so before I turn it over to audience questions before we wrap up, I want to know for everybody on here, what's something as a parent that they should know to do for them, right?
oh yeah, huge, crucial. Do you want me to answer? Should I say
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
No, don't tell them.
Right.
Yeah.
If you can, dude, therapy once a week. I am in therapy. He's in therapy once a week. I got my mom in therapy once a week. And I was like, you should have always had this. It's the best thing ever. Like it's my favorite thing in life. It's hard sometimes. It's like a workout for your brain, but so good for you. We say a lot. We use that phrase of like in the airplane when you put the mask on yourself so that you can then you put the mask on the kid. We're like, we have to take care of us and we have to keep ourselves healthy as much as we can.
Yeah, we kind
Or
of didn't
how are we
understand
gonna-
that saying until we had kids.
Yeah,
And then
I've
we're
never
like,
been
oh.
healthier until after I had kids. Then I was like, I need to get my life together, eat well, work out, take care of me. I'm really bad at taking time for myself. So he will book a massage and be like, you're going. And I'm like, ugh, like I could work though. And he's like, lay down,
Yeah,
you
and
know?
every time she's like, no, I don't want to.
And then I'm like, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
But
If you
self-care is
can,
huge.
yeah. Or just get your partner. If she can't get a massage, I just massage your feet,
Oh yeah, every day in pregnancy he would massage my feet on the first child. The second child, I was like, "Where's all my massages?"
I think you hit on something important. The same thing. I've never been healthier until having my kids. It makes you just take care of yourself differently. I think, yeah, having a supportive partner. For me, it's a co-parent. We co-parent really well. But I'm like, you know what? If you can afford it, sign me up for those nannies. I take naps, you guys. I would feel guilty before taking naps. Like I've got to be working.
Oh, my
Nope.
first 3 months. Those first 3 months, as soon as the babies were both down, everyone in my house was like, "Nap," and I was like,
Yep.
"Okay."
Yep. I'm like, oh, my sister, my family, you want to take care of the babies? Thank you. Yeah, take that time.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see what the audience is asking. Okay, let's talk. Oh, Nuri is down 20 pounds. Yes, girl, good for you. Okay. Oh, Desiree says she loves supportive partners like Daryl. She's blessed with an amazing hubby too. Okay, let's see here. Lindsay loves your stories. Megan, you're a blast to have on here. Okay, who has questions? You guys, I love all the positive. Okay, Brianna has one for all three of you. What's the most overrated item? Oh, I know. For me, the wipe warmers. For me, they're a point.
Yeah, I would put those into like, I have like a whole category of like unnecessary items, and I would put
Yeah,
wipes
it's
warmer.
the most unnecessary, but I have
But
them in
it's
every
lovely.
room. It's
It's
lovely.
lovely.
I do them. I wore my kids' towels.
Oh, you're bougie, Megan.
Towel warmer like from Amazon on my counter. And
amazing.
when I'm explaining to my mom when she has to babysit for the night, I'm like, then you warm the towel. And when it's green, you take it out and you say, here you go, my love. Like, I have a lot of unnecessary things because I want my kid to live.
Warmer might be good. I mean, like the actual wipe warmer. Do you warm the wipes?
It's, there's like a machine that's like you put the wipes in it. And I got those everywhere. And I realized how overrated they are, and like they don't need it, but they love it, you know?
And then
Her
my
kids have warmer butts than our kids.
They do. Well, I'm impressed. I'm like, girl,
Kids have some cold bottoms.
aren't you? Well, Jen, as the expert, what are some of the most overrated items?
So I wouldn't necessarily say overrated. I think I would say back to my point of like, you don't need every single thing. And like, yes, I think it's important to splurge on certain things. Like what I would do is like try to pick a few areas that you really want to prioritize, right? Like if you really love like a really fancy stroller, like you're going to use it every day. I get it, right? Like you can go for it. And listen, if you want to splurge on stuff, like go ahead. Like you have to make yourself happy, as we've all been saying. But I think it's more about figuring out like you don't need it all at once, like something like a wipes warmer. Like it brings Megan a lot of joy. She should have the wipes warmer. But like, I don't personally need the wipes warmer. I don't personally need the bottle sterilizer. I think sleep is a big area too. Like a lot of people love the like, you know, there's a ton now, not a ton, but a couple. There's the snoo, there's Cradlewise, which are like pretty expensive, motorized, like cry detection bassinets. Again, like, are they necessary? For some babies, yeah, they can make a really big difference. But for others, some babies are completely fine with sleeping in like a traditional regular bassinet. So I would say just think through like what you really want to prioritize and focus on and what you think is going to make you happy. And kind of do that. I'm hesitant to say like, oh, don't buy this or buy this, right? Like it's kind of different for everyone.
Okay, so Tiffany wants to know, what item didn't you expect to use as much as you actually do? That's a good one, Tiffany. I have to think about that.
I know, it's so good. I have to think though.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, we're gonna come. Should we come back to that one? I'm gonna think about that.
I mean,
Okay. Oh, go ahead, Jen.
no, I'm trying to think. Like I mean, I feel like I kind of knew what I was going to use a lot, and I did use a lot, and like simple things, right? Like I have like the Kikaroo changing pad, and they're not the only company that makes them. Skip Hop makes one now. It's like a wipeable changing pad. I mean, we still use that all the time. So easy to clean. I mean, I love like Costco, the Kirkland baby wipes. They're amazing. They come in huge packs. Like they do a great job. They're cheap. Yeah, lots of stuff.
The stuff I didn't use, like I ordered a lot of those like cloth bibs. I never use them. I ordered a lot of just like cloth, I don't know, like towelettes. Don't ever use them because I use wipes all the time. So
Yeah.
I do love like I don't think we can say products. My sanitizer for their bottles. Obsessed. 2 of those. I love my mixer. I don't have the hot one, but these babies are getting room temperature anyways. So yeah, like that kind of stuff.
I know, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, no, we use everything.
Use everything.
Yeah.
Well, this next one, I think you two can answer. A lot of people are asking, what products do you recommend for people that have kids like 2 under 3 or 2 under 2 or just, you know, in those close age ranges?
I love this thing we got online. I don't know what it's called. It's like a little room divider that we got. It's like a big play area thing.
In the living room?
Yeah.
It looks like a playpen.
Yeah, it's like a playpen,
Yeah.
but it's like a
Pack and play.
big pack. It's huge.
Yeah.
And it's fun to have my older kid crawl in with me to play with Barry and like have those moments together. And Barry's like already scooting, like crawling. And it's funny. Like this morning they were sharing toys and it was really cute to watch Riley be like, that's mine. And I was like, yeah, but it's fun to share. Yeah.
Okay, so Janelle, excuse me, is asking me which twin stroller I have. Janelle, I have all 3. So I have the Upper Baby, I've got the Bugaboo, and I've got 2 Dunas. I'm not bougie like that. I have nice friends. But the one I use the most is the Upper Baby because I like that it's aerodynamic. So one baby's down here, one's up here, and we could just hit it and go. So that's the one. Okay, let's see what else here. Oh, Julia is with you, Megan. She loves her white warmer.
Love it. I know they're gonna cry if they have a cold wipe.
I see a lot of questions about breast pumps. I just want to like mention something that I feel like I wish I had known when I was looking at breast pumps, and I think it's kind of confusing. So there's like your traditional breast pump, right? Like your big old like Spectra or Medela and like they're big And those are great for like primary pumping, right? Like if you're a pumper, if you're pumping more than once a day, if you're pumping all the time, you want like a nice traditional breast pump. Wearables, so we're talking like hands-free, like go in your bra type situations, are awesome. But I think it gets a little confusing when you're new to it all. Like, I'm going to use this wearable all the time. Most people don't respond as well to a wearable, like an LV or a Willow, than they do to a regular pump with the flanges and the whole thing. It's because of the like collection cup, the way they kind of sit, they don't make as tight of a seal. They're amazing. I had a Willow. I loved it. I used it for like travel. I used it on the go. But if you're going to pump on a regular basis, I would stick to more of like a traditional or like a portable, like a Baby Buddha or like a Pumpables Genie Advance, rather than using the wearable as your like primary pump. And I feel like that's something that isn't really like, you don't know until you know, and then it's kind of too late. So I would say like for people looking at pumps, and also check your insurance, because if you are insured, then it's covered under the Affordable Care Act. You could either get a free pump or one at like a big discount.
Yeah, I feel like they haven't like nailed that department yet because I was a pumper and like I had the LV and I tried the Willow, but like the milk exploded everywhere and I was like, so I went back.
And if you didn't put it in like exactly right,
Yeah.
And it betrays you and you're so tired and you're like, I hate you. But I still, when I would pump, I still would hold them, like I probably don't have the most supportive bras. I just wear like loose wireless sports bras, but but I remember sitting there all day, like can't do anything, can't help. I gotta hold these up, But my friend just made a new kind of like the Haka, but like better because it could fit in your bra better. It's called Moo, M-U-U.
Oh, I
And
just heard about that today.
girl,
What
my
it is.
friend made it, and
Like
I'm
literally today.
it's the greatest thing ever. And I'm so proud of her, and it fits so well. And I would
We'll
like
check it out.
she was developing it and it was a little late for me because I stopped so early, but I was like, I wish I had this. This is brilliant for like let down, like while you're breastfeeding, having this moo on the, I'm sorry, I keep grabbing my boobs, having the moo on the other side. It's just so brilliant. I'm so proud of her. So everyone like check that out. That's going to be massive. It's like brand new.
So funny. I like can show you the message I just got today about it.
It's so brilliant. I was there from the beginning when she was like, yeah, I'm thinking of making this. And I was like, do it, please.
Nice.
Yeah, so Jen taught me all this last year because I darn sure didn't know. Excuse me. Yeah, so at the hospital they give you that industrial size.
Oh, nobody warns you. Yeah.
Yeah, and she taught me that insurance covers it, you guys. So I got the Spectra. To Megan's point, oftentimes the portables don't. I didn't really use my portable because I felt like the other one just was so much better. But yeah, what you don't know, you don't know. So I'm gonna go to our last question before we wrap it up. Let's see here. I think we kind of asked. Well, let's see here. Okay, sorry guys. Somebody said, but I think other than our Nanit, what is Tiffany wants to know your favorite product that made your life easier?
Oh my God, I have so many.
Okay.
I made like an actual list because I knew I would forget.
Okay, hit us, Jen.
All right.
I've done that myself.
I love the Series Chill breast milk cooler. I love Up a Baby strollers. I mentioned the Jules Air already. Revolving car seats, love them. My Kikaroop changing pad I mentioned already. Larkin nursing bras. Have anyone tried the Larkin? It's like a cross. It's amazing. It's so comfortable. It doesn't have any like clips or anything. It just like you twist it and it holds the flanges. It's amazing. Coterie diapers. I love them. They're so fancy, but I really like them. They're so soft.
I love them.
I balance them out with the Kirkland wipes, so it's fine. And what else? That's probably the big ones. And I love my Newton, which I already mentioned, and my Nanit, of course, but my Newton mattress for the crib. Those are probably my big ones.
Okay, Megan, Daryl.
If you could get, I think the greatest thing in our entire house for my baby is the rocking chair we got. And now I'm upset because I don't know what it's called. But I gotta find out what it is. But it has a light switch on the bottom of it. So light, and it has levels.
bright, not so bright, dim.
Every night we use that thing. We shut off all the lights and we're like, night light. And that was a game changer from baby 1 to baby 2. Like got a new chair. Like having a good rocking chair is essential to life, you know?
Oh, that's a good point.
That one was good. But obviously my Nanit so I can watch my babies is my everyday.
So me, obviously my Nanits. Also Bobbie, the formula, you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Bobbie! I love
Yes, I do the subscription, game changer.
the gentle formula. They have
Yes, you get that delivery, and I'm like, oh, I'm living. So basically, distilled water. You're gonna with your babies, you guys are gonna just run amok of water. The Bobbie delivery, and then we started doing the Lalo toys deliveries. So every
Oh,
month,
those are great too.
those are my must-haves.
What car seats do you have, Alicia? Sorry, I'm just curious for my own
Oh, I
knowing.
think are they that wait? So are they Vista? Am I making that up?
Oh, do you have the Mesa, the Upper Baby Mesa to go with the?
Yeah, thank you. Like, I'm like, do I know, guys? Yes, I do. But I didn't hear about. I don't understand. I didn't know about these swiveling car seats. Is that my next
Oh
level?
yeah, it's like the
So
latest and greatest that you can like turn, come out. It's so great.
it makes it
Ooh.
so easy to rear face, like especially when they get older and you have to like wrestle them in. You can just like spin it, put them in, spin it back.
I was always
Okay.
bumping his head. I was like, he's too big for this.
I know.
Well, before we wrap up, I want each of you to give our expecting parents a little word of advice.
Your life is about to start. Okay. Every person that gave us advice was like, well, your life is over and now it's all theirs and you're like yours is done. And that was so opposite for us. I don't know. I felt like my life finally began. I was 27 when I gave birth to Riley and my life turned on and I had never achieved more things in my life. I've never been happier. I've never felt more healthier. Only great things happened after I had my kids. And so don't feel like when you have kids like your life is done because it only makes it 100 times better. You get to like sometimes I feel like I got to start over again too. I get to like see life all the way from the beginning again. So I don't know. That was my and like get a Nanit. What do you think?
Mine's just kind of piggybacking off of that. Just be kind to
Be
yourself.
kind to yourself.
And now you have the opportunity to become the parent that you never had.
Yeah, superhero.
And Jen,
I would say something similar, like just give yourself like grace and it's really hard, right? Like I love the positivity. For me, I had like after I had my first son, like it was hard. Like I obviously loved him and it was amazing, but like I went through it for a while. I was like, who is this baby? Like, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have any friends. Like I quit my job. It was like a lot. You will find your new you. It will probably be better than the old you, different, better, in a lot of ways. And like give yourself like forgiveness and grace and know that like everything passes and it's amazing watching them grow up. Like the beginning can be so hard, but then they turn into these little people and they're amazing.
yeah, and I think just to piggyback on what you both said, everybody talks about how hard parenthood is, and it is. But oh my God, is it so much fun, you guys? It is so beautiful and so much fun. So for all of you parents to be, you're in for the best ride ever. Those of you who already have kids, you know it, but we're just sending good, healthy vibes to everybody. We want to thank you all for tuning in. And again, we're going to pick one winner, so don't forget. And also go to Nanit so you can get Megan's bundle in her book. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye, guys.